CJ, just the season, getting to come to Las Vegas, first of all, what did that mean to you?
Man, just being out here is a blessing, man. Just to, fly on a private jet and be out here is like a one-on-one type of experience. I mean, Las Vegas, first time out here, so I've been enjoying it.
You were just talking about your fashion sense and your I guess, what you do on the side.
Yeah.
Just fill us in a little bit about that, how that came about, and how you spend your time being a student, an athlete, and a businessman. I guess.
It definitely is like a juggling type of thing. But I definitely started up my clothing brand maybe like my freshman year of college. It's called CJs Collection. It's basically it's not like like an apparel, like a CJ Madden #8. It's like an actual brand that you'll see in the store. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely tough. Juggling it with school, football. You gotta spend time coming up with ideas to put on clothes and stuff like that, and reach out to these different companies, manufacturers, stuff like that. So, but it's definitely I enjoy it though. I like the creativity part of having something in my brain and then putting it on. Seeing somebody else wear it, you know what I'm saying? So I enjoy that.
Do you have any deals with stores or anywhere that are carrying your products?
Not yet. We're going to have some on the way.
You got to put the product on the football field, and then they're going to know who you are.
Exactly.
Kind of talking about that, last year had to be frustrating, not only from a wins and losses standpoint, but for you personally, was not what you hoped to get out of coming to Purdue.
Right.
How have you transformed your body, and obviously with the different coaching staff now, a lot of things have changed since then where you get kind of a fresh start.
Yeah, so definitely last year, just the season that we had last year was unacceptable. There's no other way to put that. And especially with me being hurt, it hurt even worse, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing that I can't do anything about that. But when we got the coaching staff change, and Coach Odom came, and I believed in what he demanded and his philosophy and things of that such. Obviously, I stayed, and I just been just grinding really hard. Last time y'all interviewed me was first day of spring, and I feel like I've made great strides. Just taking my eating, my sleeping, being intentional about that, trying to get better and things of that such, and just being a leader. So, yeah.
How familiar are you with Purdue's defensive end history?
I'm pretty familiar. I've been doing my research and homework and things of that such. But I know that we have the cradle of quarterbacks and the den of defensive ends, things of that such. It definitely holds rich culture in it. So I definitely need to do a little bit more research, and I can't know too much. So yeah.
Is the defense, the way it's constructed now, better suited for you?
I would say so. Just because of the standpoint of how we play our defensive end, how we play the defense as a whole. 4-2. Things of that such, you can slant, you can stunt, you can do all these things, and I believe in what Coach Shear has. He has a great leadership. He's a leadership amongst the men, and I believe in what he's able to call and play and things of that such. Yeah.
What has Coach Rowe and his guys done for you here since the start of spring?
Man, Coach Rowe and his guys, they do a lot. They pour a lot into us. They're here I think more than the coaches. The position coaches, to be honest. When it comes down to just, making sure that our bodies feel good, soft tissue work, stretching and mobility. They're here on Saturdays and stuff like that. It's not a normal, common thing, So hats off to Coach Rowe and his company, Coach Rowe and Company. That's what we call them. But they pour a lot into us, and they're very intentional about our growth and our development.
What would be considered a success for you personally and as a team this year? Or I'm sure a lot of people think Purdue is the worst team in the Big Ten. And I don't know if that's a chip on your shoulder or if it's just hey, let's just go out and play ball and see what happens. So when you think about the team that we have now, majority of those people didn't feel the 1-11, right? So they don't know what that is. But for me personally, that's something that I feel like that's my chip on my shoulder. Just trying to be 1-0 every week. That's our goal. All right, just try to be 1-0 every week, win each week. Right, be intentional about the practice, being intentional about our days, and that's it. So, yeah.
You remember Coach Odom talked about recruiting you out of high school. You must have been in Arkansas. Do you remember that at all?
I do. I remember they was recruiting a guy that I went to high school with, really heavy. He was a running back. And I remember that, Coach Odom, he came up to the school a couple times, and we spoke. That was 11th grade. That was my 11th grade year. So
you talked about the 1-11. You've also seen the other end at Georgia,
right.
The highest success you can achieve. How do you get this team to kind of see that is, maybe you don't want a national championship, but you want to believe that it's possible.
Right. I feel like the biggest thing is just, just practicing what you preach, right? I mean, I can't hold a standard that I don't live up to, right? So just being that example, and then, bringing guys along as well is a big thing, and I feel like that's just a part of, a winning culture. It's the standard is the standard, right? No matter what it is, and we're in the process of building that standard.
How many sacks is CJ Madden going to get this year?
Lord willing, a whole bunch. Whole bunch. I can't put a number on it, but whole bunch.
Where'd you get those glasses at?
Man, I know a guy that know a guy,
Perfect.
I know a guy that know a guy.
It looked like the kind of glasses that you can get them from.
Yeah.
Nice, sharp.
Yeah.
Did Tony Grimes get to show you around the city at all last night or anything? Or
we actually just when we came, we got some food at Wahlburgers. It was pretty cool, good spot, and just went to bed after that. Me and Tony got our food to go, and we all just went out to our room to sleep. And it was long traveling day. But yeah.
This defense last year, some of the better players on it were sophomores, and those guys are gone now. Now it seems like it's a very senior heavy, a lot of veteran guys who have played a lot of college football. How does that change what this defense can do when you have all of that experience, and especially in the secondary?
Yeah. So first off, I just want to say very appreciative and grateful to have the experience to the guys that did leave, and I wish them the best of luck. And just having that veteran, that senior-oriented type of team, it's like it's definitely a good thing, because the younger guys can just follow suit easily. When it comes down to a guy that's been in college football for 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even 6. All right, everybody's situation different, but that's huge. Unless we got guys doing it the right way, that's huge.
You, I think you said at the start of spring you didn't want to transfer and kind of start over again. You've already been at another program.
Right.
How much now has it reaffirmed that you made the right decision staying in West?
Yeah, everything happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. I'm really big on just alignment. I was obviously Coach Walters brought me here, and his staff brought me here to Purdue. But I was supposed to be at Purdue for a reason, right? And I feel like kind of reaping the benefits of staying and seeing the bigger picture and things, right? After the season, I feel like being emotional and making a rash decision would have been just hitting the portal and, just finding somewhere else. But, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. So I'm very happy with my decision, and we're going to continue to grow in that.
How are you a leader of this defense now? Being one of the few guys who have been here before.
Yeah. I feel like just when it comes down just to being a leader, like I said earlier, just, having that standard of how to play, just showing extra effort, and just not just talking it, but actually doing it. Yeah.
More Georgia guys here. What's up with that? You involved with bringing?
To be honest, I actually had no clue that was happening. Like, I really, when I seen that we had got Nitro and we had got Mike Jack, it was huge. It was huge. I know that. I actually know Nitro through when I was there. He was getting recruited, things of that such. So that's big.
A guy named Nitro has to be a great receiver, right?
Right. He's a good guy, great teammate. He's going to do some great things for us.